Coming up in about 15 seconds on the left side of the bus, the legendary Screen on the Green cinema, where in 1976, the August of that year, the Sex Pistols played a gig supported by the Clash and the Buzzcocks, causing one music writer to claim that the Clash were the kind of garage band that should be sent back to the garage with the motor running.
Hi, my name's Ariap of the Slits, the greatest girl band ever.
The infamous Slits, a much-publicised all-girl band who've never actually made a record. Indeed, they've refused offers from several record labels.
Harry, let me start by asking you just generally what your memories are of that period, because we're sitting here in the Screen on the Green Islington. This is where one of the kind of definitive Sex Pistols gigs took place. I don't know if you were here that night.
I think we played.
On the same bill?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't there, you see. You should have called me.
Yeah, this is very, very funny. We did play.
Nothing he does never makes sense. Sid is only curious. John, don't take it serious.
And right after I walked out, I was like stabbed just for walking on the street. This is where I got stabbed. Don't know if you see it.
And is that one of your kind of like the stronger memories of that period? Not being stabbed, obviously that would be, but just generally the kind of like the aggression, the unwelcoming nature of people who weren't part of that.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was a witch hunt.
You can't take any more now. You're getting weak.
The boys could get away smashing up the hotel rooms and being the punk rock boys, but if the girls even went on tour and just walked into the hotel...
But you did look quite scary as well as...
I think what we said was scary too, but we were not aggressive as far as violent or smashing up hotels. It's very romanticized now, our times, you know.
Yeah.
And of course it was great, because when you are in a revolution, it is like a big explosion and it's exciting. But on the other flip of the coin is, it's constantly how we're going to get through this gig without being banned, how we're going to get through the gig without the audience jumping on stage and attacking us. Got to find that balance, that edge.
But what is it? What we're looking
like
for?
sex?
An aggression, a performance.
But isn't it like having sex?
I know what you're saying. So rough sex is good.
But so is gentle sex, but it's got to be mixed, isn't it?
Rough sex is slightly better. But
no, it depends.
No,
because not every day you want it.
Trust me, I'm an expert. But here's the thing: it has to be consensual. Huh?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The best sex to me is when it's spontaneous. You never know until the moment if it's going to be rough or gentle, like an ocean, like the Thai. And it's always the best and new when you follow the pum-pum, because the pum-pum knows what position it's going. So you end up going in any position. So if you want to get rough suddenly, you get rough. Yeah. But if you're not and you're sleeping, isn't it great when you get the sleepy sex?
Yeah.
I'm sleeping and suddenly your thing is in there.
I've had sex sometimes. I didn't even know I was having it. I woke up, I realised...
But you weren't a bedroom bully there, were you?
No way.
See?
My motto has always been,
rough.
Follow the pum-pum.
Really?
I'm so glad that we see eye to eye.
Oh, good. So it's not only rough sex.
In fact, I might see if I can follow the pum-pum, put on a sticker to the back of my car.
He is a boy. He's very thin. Until tomorrow. Took heroin, don't like himself very much, cause he is set to self-destruct. He is set to self-destruct. He is set to self-destruct. He is set to self-destruct, cause he is too good to be true. Can you destroy it? Then you can enjoy it. Destroy it, enjoy it, enjoy it.
After the traffic lights on the left-hand side, the Hope and Anchor Islington, one of the finest punk venues there ever were. And on a personal note, the place where I saw my first ever punk gig in 1976, X-Ray Specs.
Crash me, feed me tempo. I wanna pay you, need to buy you all bondage. Adios!
a very small pub with a very, very small sort of like performance area underneath it. It would hold maybe 100, 110 people in the audience max. The ceiling was about this high. So obviously not the most conducive environment for pogoing. Hence, I don't remember much of the middle part of the gig because I had virtually concussed myself and had to sit at the back, recovering, nursing a very warm lager in a plastic cup. They give you plastic cups for fear that you would throw them at the band, and the reason you'd throw them at the band is you wanted to get involved in some way. And this seemed to be a nice way of showing your appreciation. I'll throw something hard and ideally filled with a lukewarm liquid at your head, and then you'll know I like you. Not dissimilar to the way most of us met our first girlfriend. It hasn't changed that much, has it?
Not up here, no. I don't know what they've done to it downstairs.
But this is how I make it, how I remember it.
But they used to let bands stay upstairs. The bloke who ran it, his name was Harry, and so you get like John Jack Burnell and Phil Lynott used to stay up there and stuff like that.
What, actually stay overnight up there?
Yeah, it was just like a punk kind of dormitory kind of thing. I used to vomit out of that window there.
Beautiful, beautiful, almost Proustian memories. Come on in, spread yourselves out. And you can see it's not huge. Actually, it's bigger than I remember it being, but I think they've moved it around because this stage, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but this stage used to be at that end.
It did, yeah.
And the bar, was the bar up here?
I don't remember there being a bar, but there must have been one.
I think the bar was at the back here.
Yeah, it was very small.
Yeah, do you remember the bar at the back?
Yeah, the bar was there.
It was tiny, yeah.
And this, in the middle there, I don't know if anyone wants to touch it, but it's now considered by many to be a sacred spot. See that low beam there? That's where I hit my head in 1976. So feel free if you want to touchdown, take a bit of the magic home with you. How many times did you play anything?
Oh, I can't remember, but loads of times.
We did our video here as well, didn't we?
We did our first ever video for New Rose here.
For New Rose here?
Yes.
Up the end there, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and the cameraman was totally pissed who did it.
Well,
we had a really big budget, just had a camera and that was it.
That's all you needed?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
It was, that's all you need.
Like a stormy sea. I don't know why. I guess these things have gotta be. I've got a new rose, I've got a good. Yes, I knew that I always would. I can't stop to mess around. I got a brand new rose in town.
Coming up, currently on our right, soon to be on our left, 232 Seven Sisters Road, N4. Now some sort of weird religious place, but formerly the site of the near-legendary Rainbow. Now, the Rainbow was established as a successful gig venue for many years before punk's popularity ensured that it's opened its arms to the new breed. In there, the Clash, on the final night of their White Riot tour, had requested that these seats be removed for dancing. When the organisers refused, the Clash encouraged the audience to perform an impromptu seat-ectomy, bringing about the closest thing to an actual punk riot ever to be witnessed. Behave yourselves, put them down, come on, it's 2004.
And normally about this time in these kind of documentaries, they wheel out an expert of some sort to validate the many wild theories that have been put forth. And why should this show be any different? Here he is, Simon Sharma. Do you think there are people, you know, in influence, in power, were actually threatened by it in any way, to an extent?
Do you? No. No, not. I don't think music ever really does that, ever. I mean, music, you know, the music would have to end with a spray of semi-automatic fire or something. It never, ever felt like that to me. There wasn't ever a revolution going to be there, but it was great music because it actually slipstreamed behind all this sort of fury. It was much more innocent than road rage. You weren't kind of pointing your Hummer or whatever it was, you know, at some poor sod in the Mini.
I can't see there being another sort of uprising of youth in the same way, the kind of like the way it was only of its generation, it was by its generation, for its generation, it was two fingers up to those that came before, and to an extent two fingers of those coming afterwards.
I tell you what, I think you're right, it may not happen in England, although I'm very optimistic. I always think something you come along you're not prepared for. That was true of punk. I do think, though, that something out of it here, sorry everybody, pretentious, solemn bit, that, you know, in South African slums or somewhere, or Jamaica or something